Hello everybody. I know this is the last session of the day, so we'll try to make it little interesting. I don't know how much appetite you guys have to listen to another insightful session, but try to bear with us because we'll try to make it fun. Try to bring the real life experiences from, hi. Please have a seat. So we'll try to make it fun. We'll try to make it as interactive as possible because we have these founders and chiefs who have a number of years of experience in this field of retail, and they will share their experiences in this domain of retail everywhere. And as you all know, selling is all about decision making. The consumer takes a decision to buy something for them, for their family, for their future. And so the retailers also take the chance to understand the customers and make the purchase decision at the right moment, And that right moment can come anywhere right now because you are exposed to multiple channels. You are exposed via different affiliates to those channels. So that means that losing any opportunity of discovery can be detrimental for the brands. And that's what retail everywhere, infinite marketplaces is the concept which is very relevant for today's discussion. And to have that, we have eminent speakers who will share their experiences with all of us. So I'll start with Harmeet. So Harmeet, if you can just talk about your journey because your segment is very much need of many aspirant seekers. So why don't you talk about your portfolio as well as how you are reaching out to your n number of customers through n number of channels.
Sure. Hi. Hi. Yeah, this is better. Thank you so much. So hi everyone. Very happy to actually answer this. I mean to say it's a great talking point. As you know, the Body Shop has been a very old brand. I think it's about almost 5 decades. We're going to be completing 50 years of the Body Shop in, everywhere next year. So the Body Shop started as a retail first brand. So it ventured out, before, as you know, there was no online, there was no, absolutely there was no digital market, I would say. So we started as a retail first brand worldwide and of course in India, the journey of the Body Shop. I think about in 2014, 13 or 14, when actually a lot of online players emerged, that's when we decided to have our own D2C platform. So that is when I think we identified the customer requirement, what they're looking for, and we launched our D2C portal way back in 2014. Yes, but we didn't stop there. So what happened? The emergence of more online players, the marketplaces started coming in, which gave us much more opportunity to connect with our customers. We saw a lot of shopping, which was not only on the D2C, but also on websites or portals, which were all multi-brand. So, Body Shop is a single brand. It is a single brand website what we had. We decided to actually join hands and partner with the players, the marketplaces, with multi-brands. So we started with many players like Amazon, Nykaa. Of course, these are all the big players where there was a we had our consumers on these platforms. So I think it was imperative for the Body Shop to be on these marketplaces. And of course, not to forget what happened. Last 2 years is a quick commerce age, as you all know. So we didn't shy away from there. We said, yes, wherever our consumers are looking for the product, what we offer, we want to be present and reach out to them. So these marketplaces, I would say, including Ecommerce, has really helped the brand to extend the reach and definitely the awareness, not only in the metros, but definitely in the tier 2 and tier 3 cities, which you all know has a growing demand of very, I would say, efficacious and quality products. So why to limit ourselves only in a city or in a metro city, but also spread ourselves wherever these marketplaces are actually growing. and the consumers are seeking, basically. So that has been the journey of the Body Shop, from a retail-first brand to actually a brand today where you ask for the Body Shop product and you have that gift or a product from the Body Shop within 10 minutes delivery at your convenience, basically. Yeah, so that's
Wonderful,
what.
wonderful. And I think this is a similar story for most of the brands these days, where they
I'm
are
sure.
trying to utilize all the channels as well as the quick commerce channels.
Yeah.
But I'll come to Bhavin here. So quick commerce for your brand Triumph is not really a channel to be bet upon, or you think like some of the channels are really meant for your customers, not all. So can you just talk about your channel strategy?
So, to be fair and square, while Body Shop has been there for 50 years, we've been in the world since last 140 years as Triumph Lingerie. So we've not seen marketing. We've not even seen, back in the days, not even the offline. And slowly and steadily moving towards launching at many locations, many cities, many countries, we've realized we need to move the way the trend is moving, where a consumer is looking to fit into a particular trend. And it's all about availability, end of the day. Lingerie is a very intimate, very close, a super high involvement product. Unless and until a woman does not get fitted, she will not buy it. But yes, at the same time, the one who knows her size really, really well ends up buying it online. So there's nothing stopping her to buy it online. We have been a bit more calculative. We are getting on to quick commerce, but our product line is a bit premium. Quick commerce, we've seen is a bloodbath of discounts as well. So we want to take it a bit slow. We want to test waters, and we believe it's all about test, build, and scale. So we first started with the traditional retail. That's where your mom and pop stores are, and that's where maximum women even today, end up buying from a local shop. So that is really big for us. We moved to department stores across lifestyle, Shopper Stop, Pantaloons, then Azort now, Centro now. Post that, e-commerce had to happen. We could not shy away. COVID got us to get into e-commerce maybe a year or 2 years earlier. That is what ended up having a bigger boost on e-commerce. 2020 onwards, e-commerce has been at a phenomenal growth even today. I think it is true for most of the brands. Cut to the chase, quick commerce. The next big thing that e-commerce is also scared and frightened of is quick commerce. That is where you see Amazons of the world, Flipkarts of the world getting into Amazon Daily and Flipkart Minutes as well. It's about adaptability. I think many of us, many marketers, back in 2020, we did not agree to be a part of TikTok. But we had to get onto TikTok before it got banned. Because it was the trend. Consumers were there. You had to be where the consumers were. So for us, it is pretty simple. We want to be there where the consumers are, but we want to take that leap of faith, be a little more calculative. And with that, we're testing waters. We are soon to launch on a couple of quick commerce, but we're going to pilot and see how does it work for us. Because end of the day, while we all want to get the consumers to come and buy from us, but at the same time, we are all in this business to make some money, right? So that's where it end of the day boils down to.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. I'll move to Narendra. So Narendra, your segment, jewelry segment, so which was a massively successful division during Diwali, in Q-commerce by selling, bullions and the gold coins, right? So you also a brand or as a segment which was majorly a touch and feel category where, everybody wanted to, test the product before even they take the purchase decision is also moving everywhere. So what is your take on this retailers in everywhere for your kind of segment?
So basically, when I look at the journey of brand Malabar, We are close to 32 years old company, have more than 400 stores across 15 countries as we speak. And the brand is, started is humble beginning in Kerala, and then now we expanded to almost 15 countries, and we are available in more than 20 states in India. Predominantly, we started with the southern states, and then now eventually expanding at a very fast pace in north and the west part of the country, even though now in the eastern part of the country as well. Now this is what we initially, the thoughts of the management was like, wherever customer is, we have to be there, right? Now the concept of infinite marketplace started long back, wherein if the customers are shopping jewelry in any city, we have to be there. We need to be available to the customer place. If the customers are in exhibition, buying jewelry from exhibition, we will be in exhibition. If the customer wants us to, if they are searching us in the marketplaces, we wanted to be there. So we take, customer first, customer centric approach, and then we say, okay, we wanted to be there. But at the same time, a brand, as we grow, we've grown very unorganized, like way. Now we are very organized in terms of the past 12 years, 13 years, a huge branding exercise has been done, a lot of things has been done. So we are very, as he said, we're doing a lot of cautious approach as well, because though we are customer centric, but we also have to be brand centric. Now, when we are in a brand centric, that is where our journey of omnichannel started. We implemented a lot of initiatives in terms of the CRM implementations, or single view of customers, single view of inventory, a lot of tech tech transformation projects been done at a group level, so that we have a single view of a customer or the product or any of the metrics which affects. So now we are ready. Okay. Now since we are ready, now since the brand experience, we are able to give the same kind of an experience at our offline store, in our our D2C website or app, or for sake of say our endless aisle app, which is we have launched it at our store. Now we are ready to have a similar kind of an experience, not definitely 100%, but definitely we are ready to have a same kind of an experience in the marketplaces. Amazon, the Ajio Lux, or you have Flipkart or the Tata Click. So we are available there. So as a pilot, we did some projects with Swiggy. We did Instamart. We did a project with Blinkit. We did a project with Zepto as well. From past 1.5 years, we are doing it. But that project is predominantly we are doing it, festive event-based projects, wherein it is not a business as usual, because this category, the nuances of this category is that it's a very price-sensitive category. Now, what is today gold rate is different than what is tomorrow or yesterday's gold rate, right? So when we work in a quick commerce model, they want you to have a fixed pricing, okay? Either you have a fixed pricing, or they want you to leave the pricing ability to them, right? Now, say 2 months back, if a quick commerce company bought a gold at say 8,500 rupees per gram, today is 9,500 rupees. So definitely they will sell it at 8,700 to be a competitor in our store, but it will hurt my store. So for us, the pricing is very, very important factor, because a huge volume comes from the store. Now we cannot forget this match, right? So hence the cautious approach on the quick commerce is purely based on the pricing, a lot of such factors. And slowly and gradually we are working on coming with a some model or exclusive product set model or exclusive MRP set model, which is purely available in commerce, not in the store, which should not affect our customers, because that is what we are seeing. We wanted to be there at where customers are, but we don't want to hurt our retail store, because where our revenue is coming from. Right? So that is for the approach.
Okay. Thank you so much. I'll touch upon the segmentation of the jewelry in different channels later. Before that, I'll move to Natasha. So Natasha, for your segment, like when you're talking about infinite marketplaces, so what type of challenges you see in terms of spending, in terms of making those channels profitable, as making you more conscious about your choices of just not going everywhere, but making a conscious call, like just like as Bhavin said, testing the water and then moving to that. So what are those conscious decisions you take as a brand when you try to opt to different channels?
Hi. I don't know, I'll just introduce myself anyways. I'm Natasha. I'm the founder of Soulflower. And I am also an architect. Actually, I'm an architect first, and then I'm the founder of Soulflower. So you can say I'm very grounded in retail, and Soulflower was started in retail actually. We started with Shopper Stop, and that's where we used to sell our product. But you know, there is something that they are really very big brands. So I'm very small. Soulflower is very small. So the small company has more agility, you know. And I think that's where we have taken advantage of being small. So we've always been the first person to jump, you know. If it's, we were the first beauty brand to be onboarded by Amazon, the first beauty brand. And with Flipkart, I remember when Flipkart did not even sell beauty products, you know, we called them up and I said, why are you not selling beauty products? You want to be the first ones. So even in quick commerce, we were the first ones to get onto Blinkit, Zepto, and things like that.
So you derived the terminology infinite marketplaces.
I would say that finite budget gives you infinite imagination. Let me say that. So with a limited marketing budget and limited spends, what can you do the most, right? That's how our brain works. And yes, we are funded by Wipro. Wipro is on a cap table. But, and I think quick commerce had a very different kind of effect on us. We were talking about going to GT and going into, you know, the smaller towns because surprisingly, Soulflower's 30% of our business comes from tier 3 cities because our products are aspirational products. And they are priced in such a way, and I think it's a conscious decision. I want everyone who's sitting here, including people who are serving people or working anywhere, to be able to afford Soulflower. I don't want to be inside a AC room, AC store. That was my vision when I started Soulflower. So in that way, we were supposed to go into GT and we were thinking how we're going to do it, how we're going to do the marketing, and then we have quick commerce, right? So quick commerce has saved me a lot of money. I'm not even planning to go to GT now for 2 years. Zarurat hi nahi hai because we are just reaching everywhere. And I think the main thing what you need to understand is, I always think of the customer first. And it happens to me also when I enter my bathroom. You will not believe it. I also see that, arey, mera product hi nahi hai. I want to have a bath and there's no soap. It happens. Or I want to put oil in my hair and there's no oil. And then I'm like laughing because, okay, I have to buy my own product from Blinkit. So for me, it's important that when at that split second when the customer wants me, am I there?
It should be available.
If I'm not there, he's going to buy another bottle of oil and then it's gone.
Yeah, true.
So I think also what happens with a lot of people, so when you're buying gold, it's not an impulsive purchase, right? It takes time. So even with them, it's not an impulsive purchase. So I think for people who are like me, who are like having a business where there's a lot of impulse purchase, yes, this is the best business. And whatever starts, I'm going to be the first one because convenience of the customer is more important than my convenience. So now there's talk about Chat GTP, right? You can buy products on Chat GTP. Soulflower is going to be the first one there too, for sure.
Wonderful. So we'll have a sequel of this particular event later.
Sure. We'll do it on Chat GTP. We won't have to come here.
So I'll move to Smita now. So Smita, your division, home textiles. So how that gives you a kind of leverage of utilizing multiple channels, and how have you planned that out or paved the roadmap throughout the journey?
Sure. So just for the group's interest, Nesterra is powered by KK Birla Group. It's a brand from the house of Satluj Textiles and Industries Limited. We are into the home furnishing space. That's fabrics for curtain and upholstery. So the way this is actually, Nesterra was a pandemic baby for us. So naturally, the over-the-counter or, those hoardings, the way any new brand is actually kind of, gets out there was not a channel that we could take up. So it actually pretty much started digital for us. We went on Instagram, we went on, putting even LinkedIn posts. I know now that's more of a B2B space, yet we kind of opted for that. And then we started into this journey of, onboarding the multi-brand outlets. Those are the channel partners for the product. So they give the final lap of service. So since drapery and upholstery is a more tactile category, it needed to be a blend of both digital as well as physical. So, the way we look at it is that, we create the awareness. That's where we use digital space. Create the awareness, create the reach, get known. and then everything else then starts at the, at the store where the customers can go and feel the product. I've seen a lot of brands going the other way around too. Like they're now experiencing the product in the store and buying online. For us, it is still because of the positioning of the brand, which is more in the mid to high premium segment. It is still very much a planned purchase. So, it's a family decision. There are more than one stakeholder in the family doing the decisions. So it takes a while. It takes several rounds. So the way we use this omni-channel or multi-channel approach is that we try to simplify the things. We try to look at the fact that how is a consumer making the buying decision? How can we facilitate the journey or the process? And what is the problem that the customer is facing today that we can solve? So, just as an example, what are we short on today? We are really short on time. Time to spend to go through all those numerous catalogs that are up in the retail store. So we decided to go with a philosophy of less is more, and we started curating it further. So we started curating it by category, curating it by mood board, curating it by personality types. That's the essence of the brand. So we started creating mood boards and creating collections based on personalities, and that has been the core. So yes, it is still a blend of digital and physical for the brand, and we're happy to be that way.
And Smita, just a follow-up question or next round of questions now, starting from you. So when you are talking about sarees, right, home textile, it is, as you correctly said, that is still a touch and feel based, product.
Yes.
And in different channels also, we see that though kurtis and other SKUs of wearables are getting sold, but sarees still are not really massive hit, especially after certain ASPs, right? So are you seeing that there is a price range for your product category which still has viability through online channels, and beyond that you are still not in that particular stage?
We are in that space. However, I think, when it comes to the final lap of service, we are still an intermediary product provider. So the final stitching services for the curtains and the upholstery is still given by our retail partners. So Nesterra isn't. However, our other channel, like other part of the business, we do have our presence in that category already. But yes, it still kind of continues to be a price-sensitive segment. Pricing does become a lot more important in that segment. So obviously, if we are premium positioned, then your avenues get a little limited. Be it Tata Click or Ajolux. That's where our product can be there. So we are exploring that. We are making small, test, or someone else said the same thing. I think we're doing a pilot run because we cannot dilute the profitability of the retail channel store.
Got it. So I'll move to Narendra now. So Narendra, so jewelry segment as a whole, so there is a huge chunk of unorganized player, then you are organized player, and then there is this e-com first, players. So now as a brand, so whom I can still tell as a regional brand, Malabar is still regional, who has the aspiration to go national in that way. So how you are, categorizing yourself from mid to luxury segment when you are, addressing different channels. So if you can just talk about that.
Correct here. So basically Malabar Gold, it's world's 6th largest jewelry brand, and we clocked a turnover of more than 52,000 crore. Way ahead than our largest competitor, Tanishq. So it's a truly, I would say it's not regional brand. I would say it's a Indian brand which is multinational. So our story is definitely from a humble beginning from a place called Calicut or Kozhikode, which is that. But definitely now it is available across many countries, right? Predominantly, you will go to the GCC countries, Far East nations, Singapore, Malaysia, or any GCC countries. It is very prominent brand there. And then when we look at even just the stores in Maharashtra, we have more than 30 stores just in Maharashtra. Delhi, we are close to 15 stores. Just alone of one city, Delhi. When I talk about many stores in the north, we still have 60 stores in the north region, right? So definitely the brand is very big there. Our approach is, a national approach, and we wanted to give, the value proposition to the customers, which is like our strength is design. And biggest strength of ours is the relationship what we build with the customer. Right? Now that is what set us aside in this very competitive world, wherein when you look at the industry itself, this industry is very unorganized, as you rightly pointed out, and this unorganized is somewhere close to 60 to 70% today.
Yes, yes.
We started when this unorganized sector was close to 99%, predominantly dominated by only two brands in 1993, that is Tanish and Malabar Gold. No one else was there. Today, yes, because of the GST implementation, yes, because of the HUID hallmark implementation by the government and all, and then lot of the sector has moved to the organized. Forcefully organized has become, and now what we are seeing is that this retail jewelers who are say town limited or city limited, they are having an aspiration of going to the national or at least state first approach. Classic example we have seen is PN Gadgil jeweler, who has recently launched an IPO, and then they have expanded very well. They are doing it very good, and likewise we are seeing many jewelers, right? So in this competitive world, our approach is very clear. Is that our experience and our customer relationship matters. That is what we are very clear on it. And then when you look at our if you happen to be our customer, definitely we celebrate your festival at your home. We call you at your store. We do a lot of activities, customer-centric activities, which makes you engage, even though you made a one purchase. Because jewelry, we understand, though it is not an impulsive purchase as you said it, but it is very loyal approach. It needs a lot of customer trust. It needs a generation trust, wherein if I wanted to buy a jewelry, I would definitely buy a jewelry where my mom goes or either my wife goes, right? I would not trust directly a jeweler but I trust them more, right? So that is what. So this is what the trust is what had, and that's Malabar is known for that trust, and that is what makes us different than others today. And this activity of customer centric is actually making us a lot of difference there.
So Narendra, I have a follow-up question on this. So as the customer segments are changing, I was just researching on the jewelry segment, and I'm seeing that there is a traditional buyer who are the wealth seeker, the security seeker, who are the pure gold purchaser, and there is a traditional or non-traditional buyer who are basically contributed those women like them who are having purchasing power on their hand. They have their own fashion statement, not for today, on general. So fashion statement, and they are also becoming the Gen Zs who are doing those nuptials, engagement ring buying, and they are not seeking jewelry as a segment of wealth creation. They are seeking jewelry as a segment of fashion statement. So at this stage, this particular segment is definitely can be well addressed by this other channels, right? Because those are those channels where I can go and buy my engagement ring or my daily wears. So how Malabar is framing their roadmap or refreshing their target segments just to cater to this segment?
So see, when we started, our customer base was purely bridal, right? See, let me categorize jewelry in a very different way. Jewelry is something we all who are sitting in this room, it is either two options. Either you have a need or you wish.
Right.
Today, need is when you are about to marry. That is where you want a jewelry under any circumstance, though even a one single engagement ring or one single wedding ring is for the need. And wish is when you are earning, you wanted to gift yourself, you wanted to pat your back, you wanted to say, okay, hey, I am someone who makes a difference in the society.
Makes the decision.
And I am someone who makes a decision as well,
Yeah,
right?
correct.
Now that is where you wanted to flaunt your wardrobe with the jewelry, and definitely what you buy in a jewelry changes, right? So earlier, people used to buy gold, yellow gold. It has moved to the pink gold now. It's like a rose gold is what an approach. The purity earlier was 22 karat. Now today is 18. Now it's moving back to the 14 karat also, right? So what is happening is, as and when we are moving ahead, we are seeing the taste and preferences is changing. However, the buying capacity has gone up. It has not gone down. And what we are seeing is that customers are really investing in a gold, but the person who are investing in a gold, they are purely a transactional buyers, right? They wanted to have a 5%, 10% of their portfolio as a gold. They will just go, they will do ETF, they will buy physical gold coins, or they would rather invest in the digital gold or anything else. But there are, and these are all mainly thoughtful, right? A man just wanted to do a transaction, right? But when it comes to a female who are our 90% to 95% our customers, for them, gold is still not a transaction. For them, it's an emotional. For them, it's a connection. They would rather, when they are in a room, when they are in a party or anywhere, they'll see, okay, what necklace you are wearing, what choker you are wearing. Okay, this choker is going with your wedding gown, or this choker is going with this evening gown, or is going with this traditional wear. So a lot of emotions and a lot of fashion things are happening. So what we are seeing is that this shift is happening, and we are launching a different collections which suits to that shift. As compared to a Gen Z, right? Definitely Gen Zs are not in a mood of buying gold, because for them the money is not there. They are still working on a money which is provided by their parents, right? They are not a decision. They are influencer, not transactional. Like they wanted to buy a jewelry, right? So parents today, they may say, okay, theek hai yaar, aap itna ka kar lo. But tomorrow when they earn, then they will say, okay, I wanted to buy a solitaire. I wanted to buy a tennis solitaire bracelet. I have this aspiration. So that aspiration comes when you have a money, right? So we understood this need. That is how we are changing the collections, and we are coming with a new collection which attracts them, and eventually with the low ASP, then they move to the high ASP. That is what we are doing.
Thank you so much. Natasha is smiling constantly, so I'll move to Natasha now. So, sorry Natasha, you didn't wear any jewelry and you were just pointing that time. That is also your self-love for yourself.
I got one earrings to wear, but it's in my bag. I forgot to wear it also.
You're very early for this meeting, so by the way. So Natasha, to you now, for this concept of, you have explored all those channels, as you said, and you are going to explore ChatGPT, and we'll learn that from you. But when you are talking about, exploring channels and, having those segment identified for different channels, what are those channel strategies you are taking for your kind of segment? Is it like same for all channels, or you're having more storytelling in your D2C, website versus more transactional bestsellers registered in the quick commerce? If you can just share some lights on that.
So I think one thing is, it's very important to understand what sort of a brand and what is your product. So like he was speaking about Malabar, and when you said that, is it a regional brand, I was getting shocked. Because let me tell you, South is the biggest market and they're the most loyal customers. My 90%, not 90, 80% of my business is in South India. Because they are very loyal. People in North India.
That's what South India is having the highest market for jewelry, 40%. Yeah.
And there's another reason for that. So there's a whole, actually a whole talk by the World Bank which says that the amount of money in the women's account in South India is the highest. And women are the decision makers.
Yes.
Isliye.
There is a book called South versus North. You should read.
Exactly.
And because the South women are much more educated comparatively than North, and they are the decision makers in that.
And also what happens, India is a very large country. So you should not try to do everything. And I learned this from Wipro. So they are the #1 selling, the second highest selling soap in the country, Santur. And they only focus on South India. They don't even bother about North India. So my whole point is that, the moat, and you were talking about marketing and things like that. As Soulflower, we focus on areas where we know our customer is strong, our base is strong, they believe in us. Waterfall effect ho jata hai. So for example, when I do my performance marketing or my meta marketing, because we use Instagram and Facebook, it's basically in Bombay, Delhi, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Chennai. Okay, that's it. But still you will say that how come tier 3 is my like 30%, right? Because there's a trickle down effect. So people who stay in tier 3 cities, they aspire, they look at Bombay, they look at, Hyderabad, or they look at Bangalore, and they see what are the trends there and they want to buy the product. Now that's one thing. Second thing is...
I think that tier 2s, the tier 3s are becoming tier 2s. Tier 2s are also becoming tier 1.
Yeah.
There's an urbanization. Now you see Bombay, Delhi is no more the earlier Bombay, Delhis. The Delhis now has gone up till Ghaziabad or even beyond.
So before quick commerce, hamara Gurgaon mein, Noida mein, we had a huge sale. But the main Delhi, jo old Delhi hai, that we didn't have that much sale. But quick commerce ke baad with Blinkit,
also has played
that has picked up. So what I'm trying to say.
Same portfolio, same product portfolio.
So the point is, my whole point to say this is that your customer is everywhere. You have to, as a brand,
reach out to them.
create an aspiration. Now we create that aspiration, yes, through our website. We create that aspiration through our Instagram, our storytelling. अब आपकी मर्जी आप कहीं से भी खरीद लो, but definitely there's a price parity. In fact, Soulflower has taken a decision to reduce discounts because he also spoke about this discount war and all this crazy stuff going on. So we have fixed prices, only 10% discount will be there. Even now, you may get something cheaper because there is some old stock that's getting off. But now, May onwards, you will only get it at 10%, nothing more. Because I feel if something works and something is good, the customer is ready to pay the price for it. But the website will have the best price. That is, of course, the strategy that you make. You have to make the customer come to you, of course. So the best price you will get on the website. You get a lot of X, Y, Z loyalties and freebies and things like that, which we will give you on the website. But after that, you can go and buy the product from anywhere as long as you're using my product. That's it.
What about different content, like languagistic content?
So I actually sell in 7 countries. Okay. We sell in US, we sell in Japan, we sell in Saudi, we sell in UAE, we sell in Australia, Singapore. And we have to change actually the labels everywhere. We have to put, I'm sure she also knows this. You have to change the labels. But I'll tell you what works now. I think emotions don't change. Language can change. But emotions don't change. How come I sell so much in South India? I don't know one word of any South Indian language.
I am settled in Chennai
right?
without knowing Tamil.
I'm a Punjabi. I don't even know Punjabi. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If your product works and you talk about it, it's fine. I have tried regional stuff. We kind of dubbed all our videos into Tamil, but फिर भी वो English वाला चल रहा है.
Yes,
Hindi भी चल रहा है. So there is something called a universal language. Yeah. We are
And
Indians.
I have realized that in Tamil Nadu, just want to say that 60% of the communication is through our hand movements, actually.
Exactly. That's what I was saying. Your expressions. They matter the most.
Yes,
and I think through expressions, you can change anything.
Yeah.
Another thing that people don't know is I'm from a Bollywood family. Yes. My chachaji was this actor called Rajendra Kumar, and my cousin is Kumar Gaurav. And so maybe I am a little filmy, and you just use your expressions, you use your emotions. You have to sell your product.
So you know the
do
emotion
anything,
the best.
Yeah. The message gets through. I think that's the most important thing is what is the message you're giving your customer, the trust that you're giving them, whether they
Tell
buy.
me one story from this emotional, connect you have created, like any particular ad which you just want to
I'll tell
highlight.
you, we get messages on Instagram because when people are losing their hair, and now we are focusing on hair growth, it's an emotional journey. Yeah. Like this friend of mine was telling me, मेरे friends shaadi.com में लड़के देख रहे हैं और बोलते जो लड़का मैं मिलने आता है वो टोपी पहन के आता है और हमको टकलू लड़का नहीं चाहिए. So it's a big stress, for guys. Okay, girls don't want to get married to guys that don't have hair at 28. And the whole emotional aspect is that people are losing their hair. My customer is 18 to 35. I stop it there. And they are people who have started earning money, but they have a bad lifestyle. They're eating a lot of junk. I can see Wow eats. I'm not saying it's junk, but yeah. So, they're living in Gurgaon. They're living in Bangalore. The water's really bad. It's hard water. So they message you, and so many times at 2 o'clock, I sleep at 3, 2, I don't know. I see some message on Instagram, and by that time, there's no one to answer, right? So sometimes I'm talking to them, and they don't know they're talking to Soulflower, Natasha, Tuli. They are just like, they're talking to someone. And then they will be like, oh, you are so knowledgeable. They don't know they're talking to me. And then, they will actually say that I have this problem, or my boyfriend has this problem, but I don't know how to tell him. Your hair is falling, can I buy this for my boyfriend? Achha, I want to buy this for my dad. So the amazing thing is, the women know, I think women are and I'm sorry to say this, but women are the ones who are more, adventurous in life. We always try something new. I think jo men hote na, thode dar ke rehte hain. So the women will be like, let's try this. Let's do this. So always the first purchaser, more or less, you'll see is the women who are introducing the product into the house, and then the husband will say, हाँ मुझे बहुत पसंद आया. See, even he said that, right? The women are the ones who will actually buy. They have an emotional connect. Correct. They are the ones who will go out and tell 10 people, hey, buy this product. True. So focus on all the women always. Yeah.
And Bhavin is doing that actually, so Bhavin will talk about that.
अरे मेंस का प्रोडक्ट हुआ ना तभी भी women को ही करने का.
Yeah, so Bhavin talk
That
about.
is obvious. So we also have a product that is sloggy and see.
I know I want sloggy.
Yeah. So most of the times, sloggy men's brief is most of the times purchased by women, because when they are buying lingerie for themselves, they end up buying the brief for the men, and that is what generally ends up happening.
They leave the men to make the decision. They'll be wearing very horrible underwear. The women बोलेगी मैं ही खरीद लेती हूँ इसके लिए.
So I think for a woman, lingerie, especially bra, it's a super high volume product. We all gain weight, lose weight. Breasts are part of the body, so they will also gain and lose weight. It is important that all women here, especially as well, get yourself fitted every 6 months. Very important. Oh, till date, 80% women still don't know their right bra size. We've been trying to change that, while we're trying to sell, but it is also important. Education is very important. That's what I think for any brand to function work. It is important to understand the consumer and try and bridge that particular gap. And that gap can only be bridged by that bit of an education that you can give with the expertise that you have in the product. It's as simple as that. Women nowadays, or most of us, look up to that authentic person. So we did a drive with more real, authentic influencers, just only showcasing one simple thing: how to measure your bust size, how to wash a bra. Many women even today don't know how to wash a bra. You can still do it. The old school way is put the bra in pillow cover and put it in the washing machine. It'll still sustain for more. But then there are still more ways, and also when to say a goodbye. So these are the smallest of the things that actually ended up getting us, and also the influencers, maximum amount of reach and engagement. That we function on is at 1650 for a bra. We've launched something which is at 1,000, 1,100 as well. That is entry price point. So that is the gap that we are looking to bridge and get the Gen Zs also to buy from us. Triumph is always considered, till date, to be considered as a mature women bra. We want to change that. So that is where we broke a campaign recently, I think 3 days back. We broke a campaign called as I Feel Nothing. It's a part of a global campaign and a global narrative. So we're taking a bold move and we're saying that lingerie you'll love to forget. And that is us. So we made a bit of tongue-in-cheek with that, but hoping that it hits the right chord. That's it.
And Bhavin was very happy today to see the equal number of male and female panelists in the dais.
But since couple of years I've been doing this, I have been on panels. Maximum time I've seen 5 men, one.
Because they
woman.
don't invite the women.
So that is a feedback that I've
you
given
sold
it.
Triumph to me just now, like in the last few minutes.
So that is what I've always given as a feedback. If there is more representation of women and with men, it becomes even more an interesting chat, because like you said, women are adventurous. I agree. Men like routine.
Yeah.
That is one thing. That is for sure. At least I can say for myself, I would go both ways. I would like adventure as well as go back to routine. But yes, that's the fact. That is what bridges the conversation even more interesting.
So Harmeet will touch upon on that part. So men versus women battle will continue with your product line. So tell us more about that, how you create that emotional connect with the men versus the woman.
Oh wow, this is a very interesting thing, because beauty products, so just to let you know that we don't need to create that connect, because we already have men's products, in the body shop. But we have such great products, and they're unisex, because they can be actually be used by men. They are gender agnostic. Our products are even age agnostic now. So I mean to say, a girl or a boy who starts, they break out, as a teenager. They actually, I've met with so many consumers at the body shop, and you've started your journey with a range which we have is tea tree. And as young as you were like 12-year-old. So, I think a boy or a man, they actually start engaging with our products as young as 12 years. And for them, I think if they're happy with the products, I think, they are sold for life, I would say. And for that reason, we in fact had men's range, very successful in India. In fact, in our CRM, in the database, what we have a huge database. 40% are men actually. So we don't have to sell. As I said, we don't have to do anything extra in the body shop because the ingredient story is so strong and powerful that you will probably be so happy that you want to come back to the brand again because you will get the value for money. So the fragrances, from fragrances to skincare to body care, and of course the men's ranges, which is the grooming products, I feel they are by far a great quality. So I would say that it's a win-win.
So your
for
brand
us.
itself is telling the story. So you are
It's
having less botheration about the new ChatGPT
yeah,
coming in
so
as
the
a
moment they
channel.
know where the products are coming from and they go in depth with the story, with the storytelling, I think that's it.
But
They would love
maintaining
to
that
buy.
brand, consistency, that quality, that is definitely,
Yes.
you
In
are doing
fact-
it, and that's what probably the brand is
Yeah.
having that consistent mass appeals so
Yeah,
far. Right?
absolutely.
Yeah.
So we see a lot of male consumers in our store who are coming to buy their own products. And of course, their basket is full for their products for their daughters and for their wives as
Yeah.
well.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
So
thank you.
our times are up, but we'll just close this with quick rapid fire. Okay.
Sure.
And in this rapid fire, the first question which I'll be asking, you cannot take your brand's name. Okay.
Okay.
So you have to tell what is the brand you like, which is not your brand. Apart from your brand, most
In which
favorite
area?
brands.
Anything, right?
In your segment.
Oh, in my own segment?
Yes.
Oh God, this is tough. Can you answer?
Your mic should be audible.
Oh God, let me think. You know what? I change brands every day in my category. Every time I use a different brand. Right now I have bought 4 those scrubs from Dove because they smell like strawberry. One is smelling like mango. One is smelling like almond. So that's what I'm trying right now. You'll come to my house and my bathroom. I've got 500 brands there. So right now
So
that's
let
my
us bring
favorite.
Dove. So
The
I can
scrub one
choose
is my
Dove
favorite
as of
right now.
Okay, good. Okay, so Harmeet.
So for me, I think the other brand which I trust besides the Body Shop, I would say is Kiehl's.
Okay.
You know, Kiehl's from New York.
Any particular product which you
Yes,
use?
I use this every day. It's called CCDS. It's a serum, and I think I swear by it. And whoever has used this product is by far a customer for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I trust the brand and the products.
Wonderful.
So great quality.
Wonderful.
Very premium. Yeah.
So Bhavin?
If I answer this, you can't ask me the question if I use the product. Right?
Yeah, you can tell that as well. It's up to you.
So when it comes to women's lingerie, it's Marks and Spencer's. I think they've got it really nice, well. One thing, internationally, Marks and Spencer is known for 2 things, food and lingerie. And I think they're facing that. They're trying to get food in India, but I'm sure they will get it. In terms of men's, it's CK.
Okay, wonderful. Narendra?
So apart from Malabar, I think the brand which I would trust more is Tanishq.
Okay.
Definitely, because we know the quality precision, we know what they sell, and definitely it's an aspirational brand in India, and it's a Tata.
Thank you. Thank you. Smita?
For me, it's going to be Romo.
Okay.
It's based out of UK.
Okay.
And one of the family legacy, and it's been there forever, and very aspirational in terms of all high profile people would want to have Romo in their homes.
So you guys take some inspiration from your competition?
Absolutely.
Yes. It's healthy, right?
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah, just have to say something.
This is what I tell my staff every day, and I'm telling you, keep your friends closer and your enemies closer.
You get to learn. You get to learn from everyone, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And especially from the competition as well.
Yeah.
Sometimes they take those bold steps which you are only thinking about. Maybe.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's always to learn something from everywhere.
Yeah. So tier 2, tier 3 or tier 1? That is my next rapid fire question. What is your preference?
Present, tier 1. Future, tier 3. For sure.
Okay. Any other answers? If the same answer, then we can just skip.
I would say tier 1 covered, completely exhausted, saturated.
Yeah.
Tier 2, tier 3, definitely a bet.
Tier 2, tier 3.
Definitely.
So in terms of profitability, you had some different view, Bhavin, right? The tier 2, tier 3.
Yes, obviously, tier 2, tier 3, your operational costs are lower comparatively. But in sheer volumes, even today, tier 1 ends up winning it because of sheer population. Urbanization is happening. But yes, I would say tier 2, not go down to tier 3, 4 because they're all getting urbanized. They're all moving up the ladder. They're all getting and becoming tier 2s as well. So it'll be tier 1 and tier 2.
I
Okay.
think for us it's also tier 1 and tier 2.
Tier 1, huh?
Yeah.
You're in tier 2. You're
For us, tier 1 and tier 2.
tier 1, tier 2. So last but not the least, profitability or customer centricity?
If you're customer centric, you will get
I knew your
profitability. Do you know my answer? Yeah. But I still would sell a product at a loss, but not break the customer's heart.
Okay. So customer centricity. Okay. Harmeet?
I'll go with the same. Yeah.
Same answer for everybody?
I think profitability, because customer centricity should be sacrosanct, any which ways, right? For any business to function. But end of the day, if that is supposed to be hygiene, where do you end up getting a profit from? So profitability, if you look at profitability, keeping in mind, yes, customer centricity is sacrosanct, already taken care, then you only need to chase profitability.
Wonderful.
I think we believe in fair pricing. So a brand doesn't promote a lot of discounts and on, unlike others like 20%, 30%, 50%. There's nothing called a percentage discount in the gold industry. So we purely believe in the fair pricing, and that is what customer loves it. And that is the reason what we get into the profitability because of the fair pricing.
So
I think
profitability from
is
the
a better
main
for us
of the
because
house.
It's a high ROI game, right?
It's an app.
Yeah.
Shilpa?
So customers,
Smita, sorry.
for us, again, profitability, because customer centricity is hygiene today.
Okay.
And the customers too want you to be profitable. They want to see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
You can't bleed
So
and
for
be
just a generic question to end this session, with this multiple channel concept, so much of spend on digital marketing, so much of spend on social commerce, so is profitability becoming very challenging for brands like you?
I want to say that though we are funded, we are profitable. We are one of the
Wow.
only brands in our space who are profitable. My competition spends like 20 times what I do on Meta and things like that. So you can be profitable if you want to. You just have to kind of know which battles to pick. You can't, like, this is a very large country. That's what I was saying initially. You can't market everywhere. You focus on, your pockets.
Your niche, your pockets.
Yeah. And repeat customer. I think profitability comes from repeat customer. If you like my oil, if you like Soulflower oil, you're going to use it forever and
So
ever.
post-purchase journey is more important than the first-time journey, right?
Upper funnel, top line, bottom funnel, repeat customers.
Yes.
That is going to get you the bottom line. End of
Yes.
the day, it is about profitable ROAS.
Yeah, yeah,
Getting richest is Meta.
yeah. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. We are ending the session. Thank you. Sorry for the delay.